you're going to own guns, how do you do it safely? How do you do it responsibly? I'm Rebecca. I'm a mom of a 4-year-old, and I have been a gun owner for almost 15 years now. My attitude towards gun storage has definitely changed over my lifetime. I bought a handgun right after I turned 21. I used to enjoy shooting it, going out to a field with some friends. Now, my husband hunts, and I'm very supportive of that, but as a parent, I recognize that the way that I kept my firearm was not safe. It's the risk that you can have any sort of unintentional shooting in your home.
As your life experiences change, you need to continually reassess what the new risks are. Very simple actions like safe storage are something that every single one of us can do to keep our families safer. And the safest way to store your gun is unloaded, locked, and with the ammunition stored separately.
I worry about my son being in a situation where he might come across a loaded gun. Kids are curious. So now we keep our guns locked up in a safe. We want to add a second safe that has ammunition in it. You don't have a loaded gun then in the house. But I still worry that if my son is going to a friend's house, that there could be an unsecured gun in the house. It feels like maybe an invasion of somebody else's privacy to ask. But until we have those conversations, putting our children in harm's way.
If I don't know the parents that well, I should probably ask if there are guns in the home.
Right now, there are 4.6 million children that live in homes with access to unlocked and loaded guns. If only 10% more people store their guns safely, over 400 lives a year would be saved. I think it is important to celebrate those that practice responsible gun ownership because their actions are the ones that are actually going to save the most lives.
We have a responsibility to each other and to our children to do what we can to minimize the risk of an unintentional shooting in our homes if we own guns. We can store guns safely. We can keep guns out of the hands of children. And we can take the steps to protect the people that we love.
Oh, she wants to check that out.
Maureen has some wonderful advice and information she's going to share. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is such an important topic, and of course, we all really appreciate you addressing it and taking it on as, and recognizing that it is something important that we all need to talk about.
So go ahead, Lauren.
I was just going to say, I also wanted to share a little information about the End Family Fire Program, which is a public information campaign to encourage gun owners to really think about the storage of their firearms. And the term family fire is a phrase that refers to a shooting that involves an improperly stored gun, and that can result in either homicide, a suicide, or unintentional shooting. So we can really end family fire if we work on safe storage, because if guns are not accessible to children, because face it, the only way that a kid is getting their hands on a gun, it came through the hands of an adult first. And so if those adults are properly and securely keeping those weapons away from the kids, we can dramatically reduce the occurrence of family fire. And same with suicide, that, a teen suicide, most of those teen suicides happen with a gun that came from their home or the home of a family member, another family member or friend. So, devastating enough to have your child take their own life with a gun, but then to know that it was your gun, and that if it had been safely stored, you perhaps could have saved your child's life. So the End Family Fire Program, which is, you can find it at endfamilyfire.org or on Brady's website, bradyunited.org/programs, and then, there's a link for End Family Fire. It has a lot of resource information. There are PSAs for television and radio, handouts, pamphlets. You know, you can take them to your school, to your preschool, to your faith group. Well, whenever people get back together again, but you know, just share them with your friends. Let people know. Have this be something that they think about. That safe storage for gun owners, you know, has to be top of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
No, I really appreciate that. And go ahead, keep going about it. And I think this family fire term wasn't the term that I was initially familiar with, and I do think it's a really helpful concept to understand.
And I just wanted to add one thing, you know, about kids when we're talking about where the parent may think they've had it safely hidden from the kids, but you can't rely on that because kids are curious, they find things, and they, as you said, they often know where the gun is. They often have handled it without their parents' knowledge. That happens frequently, that the kids will handle the gun without the parents knowing it. But one thing also that is really kind of a disturbing thing is to think about is that toddlers, you know, kids as young as toddlers do have the strength in their hand to pull the trigger of a gun.
And stay safe at home by taking steps to end and reduce the risk of family fire by storing your weapons safely. So thank you so much, Lauren, for joining us.
Thank you, I appreciate it.